Hello from Huntington Beach. I'm Leanne Gilmore, an ambassador for the Chamber of Commerce, and we're here to welcome the Sugar Shack to the Huntington Harbor Mall. They're located on the south side, one of the best sides, with all the great sun and people here today. And I'm here with Shirley and her mom and business partner, Elaine. And Shirley, let us know. I know you're from New York, and I know you went to Miami, and then now you're here in Huntington Beach in Southern California. Can you tell us a little bit what brought you here and who you have here today to help us welcome you as well?
Yeah, of course. Sorry. From New York. I was doing event planning and also baking for different companies and events and working with different planners, and it kept bringing me out to California. So then I've always wanted to move to California. When I went to Miami, to be honest, I wanted to go as far as I could from New York, and I wanted to come to California, and my parents said no. So I went to Miami. And then afterwards I went back to New York, couldn't stand the cold anymore, and I was like, well, why not? It's an opportunity to come out this way. And I just fell in love with the South Bay. I fell in love with Orange County, and that's just where I decided I wanted to stay. And everyone here, you guys asked me to bring my team, and everyone behind me is my team. And I've been in the works for and I've been baking for over 10. We're trying to get this off the ground for over 10 years. I've gone full time with it since 2017, so it's been 5 years. It's been a long time coming. I started off in a ghost kitchen, the Hood Kitchen space in Costa Mesa, and that's where most of all my friends are here. Amy Jo from Blends of Chocolatier, Ipono Cafe. There's the Feast LA. All these people in one way or another helped me to groom me to become the business person that I am and give me the opportunities out here to stay in California, to be honest. And not a few times I did want to retreat back to New York, I will admit. And so this whole grand opening is a block party to showcase all the people that I love, all the small businesses that I support, all the women-owned, minority-owned businesses in the area, and all the businesses within this harbor. We have UB Free, Studio 33, we have Sugar Cove, we have the Harbor Rack House next door. Everyone within the center, we've signed the lease a year ago. It's been a long process to get to where we are, and every single business here has been so supportive in helping me to stay focused, promote myself, and give me the confidence to do this. And the important person is my mom, who believed in me enough to see this little girl who liked baking cupcakes for Thanksgiving to opening up my own shop. So I have my mom and my dad here, and my brother and my sister. And this is my entire support system. It's my team. Literally the last week, it's been everyone here 24 hours a day at some point trying to pull this together, and I can't be more grateful for my staff and for them to get me to be able to get to where we are today.
That's a really great story, and we're so happy that you chose Huntington Beach as your home. And I'm really happy to see that you've been listening to people as well, because you offer vegan, sugar-free, keto by special order, gluten-free, and then just regular sugar and calories too, right? Yeah, so that's great. It's a great mix, and we're so happy. So
the idea is you can have your cake and eat it too, regardless of whatever your dietary preference is. My little sister is the one who motivated me to get into the gluten-free baking because she has the biggest sweet tooth I know, and she developed an allergy to wheat years back. And when I tell you, this girl loves cookies, cakes, pizza, bread, and were you in a depression? And it was like me trying to figure out how I can make her something that she can still enjoy that doesn't taste like cardboard.
Great. That's really good to know, because not all flavors are alike. Well, I'm not the only one that's so excited and super happy to welcome you here. We also have some other people here with me. The first one I'm going to introduce to you is Mayor Del Blaze. She's the mayor for the city of Huntington Beach.
Thank you so very much. We are so excited for you, and then to share your story with our residents and all the folks that are watching us on TV. That's remarkable, and I can see why you would need a team. You know, when you're starting young, and you probably said, "Oh, let's make some cupcakes," and people kind of maybe poo-pooed it, but it must have been pretty good. Now, I was standing with some of your friends earlier, and they were saying that you've been doing this a long time, and the stuff, you know, your bakery items really are good. Say more about that.
So yeah, I mean, I grew up loving sweets. I'm from a Chinese household. Desserts is not a big thing. You have dinner and you have a sliced orange or some fruit as your dessert. And I loved cookies, cheesecakes, brownies, and when it came to Thanksgiving, that's what I always brought, and everyone looked forward to the desserts I made. And then my parents have restaurants in New York, so I grew up around it. I loved following the pastry chef around, and I wanted to pursue a culinary degree after school, but my parents were advising me, you know what, like try to go and get a degree in something you can fall back on. You can always do culinary on the side. So I got a degree in finance. I was on the banking track. But I just, at school, it was just kind of like I would bake things for friends and for fun. And then they were like, hey, can I pay you to make this person's birthday cake? And I'm like, really? And then so that just became a business to the point where some of these people behind me, we were all went to school together, and I would have class. They would sit at the table in a student center and sell my cupcakes. I would pay them in cupcakes and come back and switch off.
That's a good way
and
to do it.
we did that for a whole year.
We can forget Zelle. We'll just use cupcakes, right?
Exactly.
Oh my goodness sakes! Well, we're so very proud of you. And now that we know where your restaurant is, your bakery, we'll send people here. And I want to just say to you, the city is very proud of you, but also the Huntington Beach Chamber of Commerce will really be your partner in business. And this is just the beginning of many other things that we can do together. So I would just like to read this, though, because I thought this was amazing. Specializing in sugar-free, gluten-free donuts, custom cakes, variety of dessert snacks, and event planning services. You didn't really say much about that one, so I imagine with all the planning you've done, you know how to do that very well. So without further ado, I would like to give you this commendation from the city of Huntington Beach. I'm representing all the council members, and I'm very proud as the mayor to give this to you, Shirley, and thank you. And then now I'd like to, yes, of course. And now I'd like to introduce, now I'm going to introduce to you Jacqueline, who represents Assemblywoman Janet Nguyen, and she's going to have a commendation for you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Hi. Well, congratulations on behalf of Assemblywoman Janet Nguyen. We congratulate you, and we wish you the best on your venture, and we look forward to many, many more stores like this throughout our district. However, I have one question for you. For the young people like younger group, what do you have, what your advice for them on the business venture?
Is to not be afraid, but also ask for help. Like, I think I struggled with that for the longest, of thinking, okay, I gotta have it all together and just do everything on my own. But it was when I started, all these people behind me started recognizing Shirley needs help, she doesn't want to ask for it. So they'll show up and help me in any way possible. And I think that gave me the confidence to know that I have a support system of a community to get to where I am, because no matter what, even if I feel like I can't do it, they'll lift me up to make sure that it gets done, even if I physically can't do it. So I would just say, like, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to look for a mentorship. And don't be afraid to just take risks. At the end of the day, you're young, too. So if you fall, you'll heal and get back up pretty easily.
Great advice. Well, on behalf of Assemblywoman Janet Nguyen, we have a certificate for you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I have a hug, too.
Hello, welcome. I'm Michael Bauerfein with the Huntington Beach Chamber of Commerce. I want to welcome you as a chamber member and let you know that you have hundreds of small business owners that are standing behind you, standing right arm in arm with you. I'm one of them. I had a 33-year career in the corporate world and just started my 4th year as a small business owner. And all the things you just, thank you, all the things you just said about needing support, somebody to be a mentor, even when you're a little older, it's really helpful. So welcome to the Chamber, and make sure you display this plaque proudly.
Absolutely, I will. Thank you.
Okay, so now it's time to dig into all this deliciousness. And to start that, we're going to cut a ribbon.
Okay.
Everybody ready?